I married Joan. What a girl, what a world, what a light. Oh, I married Joan. What a mind, love is blind, what a wife.
Joan Davis with Jim Backus in
I married Joan.
You should have seen Helen at the dance. I never saw such a low-cut dress in all my life.
Really?
Either that or she had it on backwards.
Where were we, Joe?
The case of Worcester versus Worcester.
Oh, yeah. Now, in the case of Worcester versus...
Judge, I think you should throw in the towel.
Girls, Joan, can you hold it down a little?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. I was talking about Helen when she was at the dance and she had on the dress. Girls. Brad said we'll have to keep it down just a little.
Really, Joan, I'm surprised at you. Bye.
Bye.
Why, Jane?
Well, at our club meetings, you're always the one that's standing up for women's rights. And here in your own home, well.
One spade.
Jane, what do you mean, 2 clubs here in my own home?
Well, Joan, if Brad has to work 2 spades, why can't he work in the kitchen?
That's right, Joan, and we could be 3 clubs in the living room.
After all, there are 4 of us, 3 spades, and only 2 of them.
Say, 4 clubs, maybe you're right.
The judge Mater, in his opinion, said, well?
Brad, I hate to interrupt, but I just had an idea. That is, well, you see, there's 4 of us and only 2 of you, and I thought you wouldn't mind working in the kitchen so we could play in the living room.
But, Johnny, we can't work in the kitchen, lover. We're all spread out here.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, dear.
Sorry, dear. Joe, let's go back where we were there. Now.
Well, we talked it over, and they're all spread out in there. Everything is spread out. Spread out.
Why can't they spread out in here? I was thinking of nominating you for president of our club, but if this is how independent you are, I don't think I will.
But Brad has to work.
Why doesn't he work in his office? Your home is for social life.
I'd like to see my husband try to pull something like this.
Playing bridge in the kitchen, a fine thing.
But I'll be right back.
Versus Mary, it is through the class.
I just wanted to say...
Well?
For no trouble.
I knew it. Now I'll never nominate you.
Neither will I.
Me neither.
Me neither. I mean, girls, I've made up my mind. Come on.
Me convert the owners of mines liable for damages by negligence of employees.
Brad, I made up my mind.
Oh, Joan, for heaven's sakes.
We're going to play in the living room, dear, and you can work in the kitchen.
Hold it, Joe. I am working in the living room.
We are playing in the living room.
We are working in here.
We are playing in here. Come on, gang.
Now, that's about time.
All right, Joe, bring it all
for
over
you,
here.
Joan.
Oh, what a mess this is. Here you go, Joe. This is important.
Take it easy, take it easy. There you are, there you are.
Well, better. Yes, sir. Now, where were we?
Say, did you see Mary's mink stole?
Oh, no.
Where were we, Joe?
In the case of Worcester versus Mary's mink.
Mary's mink. Oh, Joe, come on now.
Well,
Get
if
home.
anyone can weasel a mink out of a husband, it's Mary.
All right, now, in the case of Worcester versus Mary's mink, the weasel for the defense. Oh, no.
It's up to you.
5 spades.
6 clubs.
Oh, I pass. Never so embarrassed in my whole life. Joe, think of me now.
Well, I'll tell you who really is, I tell.
Yes, and think of the work that I didn't finish. You may not realize, but that work earns the money that pays for this house. Without my work, where would we be?
Well, what about my friends? They may not nominate me for president of the club now.
It's more important. My earning a living and you're becoming president of the club.
Of course, the living is important, but I still have a social life.
What good is a social life without any money?
What good is money without a social life?
And well, I still say that I am the breadwinner in this house.
Oh, now you're sorry that I don't work.
I didn't say that either.
I can get up tomorrow morning and get a job, you know. We already did that.
Oh. Now, look, honey, I don't want you to go to work.
Oh, now you think I can't hold a job.
Well, no, maybe you can't, dear. After all, it's been 9 years out of practice.
That
Oh.
settles it. I'm going to get a job tomorrow. Good night. What's more, I can do more knee bends than you, too. Oh, it was awful, Mabel. I must have walked 5 miles. When housewives like us go out to get a job, there really isn't much we can find.
You mean you couldn't get one?
Oh, I got one, but what is it? A stock girl in Armand's dress salon. I start tomorrow.
A stock girl? Oh, Joni, that kind of a job isn't going to prove anything to Brad.
Don't I know it? So what am I going to I know. I won't tell him I'm a stock girl. I'll tell him I'm a dress designer. Esther Williams.
Someday I'm going to get a boyfriend, and I'm going to marry him, and I'm never going to work again as long as he lives.
Is that your ambition in life, Elsie?
Naturally. Ain't it every girl's?
No, you see, I'm married.
And you're still working? What's the matter? You get stuck with a lemon?
Oh, no, my husband's a wonderful man.
But he don't like to work, huh?
Oh, no, he works. Does very well, too.
Then why? You mean you like being a stock girl?
Well, any job is better than being a housewife, because when you're working and earning money, you're independent. Nobody can boss you and push you around.
All right, you two, get a move on. Monsieur Armand will have a fit if those things aren't unpacked. And step on it. And I want you to take these racks back to their departments and start setting up for the show this afternoon. It's getting... You clumsy thing, be careful of those garments. You're stepping on them. I thought I told you to show her how to do things.
No one can boss you, huh?
Well, maybe you do have to take a few orders now and then, but it's not like being somebody's servant.
It's not, huh? Just wait till this afternoon.
Wait a minute!
stiff me. Elsie, my blue bag.
Blue bag, schmoo bag.
These aren't the white shoes, the green ones, you idiot. Have you ever seen such help in your life? I don't know where they dig them up. My hairbrush. Where's my hairbrush?
Here they are.
My hairbrush.
Hairbrush. Oh, nobody's serving, huh? Yeah, but at least when you get home, the evening's your own. And to go where you want, to do what you want to do.
Where are my gloves, stupid?
Yeah, where are her gloves? Oh, she's talking to me. Where's her gloves?
Oh, hello, Joni. Well, what do you want to do tonight to celebrate your first day as a dress designer?
What do I want to do to celebrate?
Yes.
Collapse.
Someday I'm going to get a husband, and I'm going to walk out of here and never lift a finger again. I'll just stay at home and take care of my little house and have lunch with the girls and sleep as late as I want in the morning, just like you could if you weren't out of your mind.
Yeah, but my freedom, my independence, my aching back.
Freedom, independence. I'd trade them both in for one nice, hard-working little husband.
Oh, stop it. I can't stand it anymore.
Johnny, what are you going to do?
I'm going to call Brad and tell him I'm quitting my job.
Atta girl, at last you're back in your right mind.
Yeah. I was hoping that he'd be the first one to crack. I've made it pretty tough for him this past week, making him make his own meals and wash his own socks and make his own bed. I was hoping he'd beg me to quit, so he'd have to admit that I'm as important as he is. Hello.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Stevens. Judge Stevens? Oh, he's on his way over to Almonds.
He's coming over here? What for?
Oh, to ask you to give up your job.
What? Elsie, I've won. Brad is on his way over here to ask me to give up my job. Well, why? What happened?
Well, he figured if you'd gotten some menial, uninteresting work, you wouldn't have been able to last very long. But designing, well, that's different.
You mean he gave in because I'm a designer? Huh, Joan? What?
That's the only reason, Mrs. Stevens.
Well, thank you, Miss Bromley. Goodbye.
Hey, Joan, what was that about you being a designer?
Well, I wanted to impress my husband by showing him I could hold down a very important job. And
you never told him you're just a stock girl?
Well, it never came up, and... Oh, I wonder if he's here yet. There he is, Elsie. What am I going to do?
Sneak out the back way.
Yeah, that's... No, I can't. If he doesn't see me, he'll ask for me. Then he'll still find out I'm not a designer.
Yeah.
Well, somehow I've got to make him think I'm a designer.
Yeah, but how?
Yeah, how? And now, brown cow, wow,
I'm so anxious to see all
I am, too. I think it's so exciting. Well, Judge Stevens, this is a pleasure.
Oh, Mrs. Dimsdale, how nice to see you.
Martha, this is Judge Stevens, a colleague of my husband.
How do you do?
How nice. What brings you here, Judge? Don't tell me you're doing your wife's shopping. I don't know your wife, but I certainly admire her courage.
Well, no,
Madame Dimsdale, Madame Carter. I'm so sorry I kept you waiting.
Good afternoon, Armand. This is my very good friend, Judge Stevens.
I'm honored, monsieur. I'm honored. Today I am going to show you my very latest creations.
Armand, how wonderful.
Really, your very latest?
Oh, Madame, so new, they are not yet even in the make. In fact, I will have to drape them on my models. Sit down.
Excuse me, Armand, but could you please tell me where...
Pardon me, monsieur. My model is here. I must show the lady.
Yes.
Voila. is for formal wear. For the nightclub, I call it El Morocco.
Oh, isn't it a dream?
Oh, yes.
No pins. Voila!
Et le souvenir du passé. Est-ce bien toi, ma chérie, qui dans la nuit me poursuit? Et pourtant, quand je vois ton visage.
Voilà. This is an afternoon frock for the well-dressed woman. I call it El Patio.
He's just wonderful, isn't he, Judge Stevens?
Huh? Oh, yes. Yes, he's amazing.
I will show you some of the finished frocks. Later, I will design some more creations for you. Voila.
But you're getting back a husband.
Oh, you're an angel. Now, if I can just put this over.
Oh, good luck, kid.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mademoiselle Joan, Armand's chief designer, and he has asked me to show you some of my latest creations. Voila! For the cocktail or nightclub. I call it El Pogo Stick. And this one you will adore. Voila. Voila. Voila! This is for the formal when you break the arm. I call it El Fracturo. And this one, ooh la la. Voila! comes in the very small sizes for the mommy and daughter outfit. Wrap that as a gift, please. And that concludes the fashions for this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed them. Thank you. I almost forgot. My latest creation, what the well-dressed maniac will wear. I call it L. Now, here you are, lover. Breakfast in bed for the breadwinner. Joan Stevens, girl nothing, at your service.
Now, look, honey, you shouldn't feel you lost out after what happened at the dress shop yesterday. I had just as hard a time getting along without you as you did without me.
Did you really?
Yes, and from now on, you're working only for me.
Oh, well, I may not want the job. Is there any security in it? I don't like these short jobs, you know.
Well, how about a contract, say, for the next 40 years?
I'll have to ask my lawyer.
I'm your lawyer.
Well, lawyer, shall I take it?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's a deal. Oh, hold on there. I don't mind kissing my lawyer, but I hate having my boss get fresh with me.
Well, as your boss, I want to know, what are you going to do about it?
See my lawyer.
Seen in tonight's show were Shirley Mitchell, Geraldine Carr, Joanne Jordan, Fay Baker, Irene Barton, Margie Les.